Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the dreaded D Rose Report. And let's get going. I got a couple of days worth of news. It's not going to take that long. It's going to be painful, but it'll be short. What? Anyway, Sunday's episode of Total Divas drew about 1.4 million viewers. That was up from last week from just barely 1 million viewers. This is also up like 914,000 viewers from February 15th. Hey, indie wrestler and promoter Mike Dombrowski will be on the upcoming series of CBS's Amazing Race with his girlfriend Rochelle Navarro, who competes and co-owns Michigan's women's roller derby promotion. Last season's show, of course, had on there TNA's Brooke Tessmacher and Robbie E. They did pretty good. Didn't win. And as a part of WWE's deal to bring WrestleMania 31 next week to Santa Clara, well, WrestleMania week, not next week, but the week of WrestleMania in Santa Clara, they're getting the Levi Stadium and SAP Center rent-free. WrestleMania is going to be held at the Levi Stadium, and then Hall of Fame is going to be, and Raw is going to be at the SAP Center. WWE shop website has a new t-shirt up for Ryback and several commemorative plaques from WWE's Fastlane, which I have no idea what that would be. Wasn't anything too commemorative about it. Let's see how well that did on pay-per-view buys. I don't think it did very well. William Regal's been announced for more comedy events during April this year in London and Birmingham. While on tour with WWE at WrestleMania Revenge Tour. Full details is on, if you wanted to check it, at Audience with a Wrestling Villain. That's what you got to look for. Rob Van Dam, he's going to be an MC of an arm wrestling competition to support the Marijuana Policy Project, April 19th in Denver, Colorado. Check it out online. Newsday.com has an article up on Jon Stewart. He was, you know, as he worked last Monday's Raw, says Newsday's Stewart reached out to Hall of Famer Mick Foley about comments, and he said, I think John did a great job on Raw. Fans really respect his knowledge of wrestling. And he did good. Can't believe he's so small, though. Of course, Rollins is kind of big. We just can't tell it on TV, but, oh, he looked diminutive. Stewart did. USA Network will broadcast 1 hour special of highlighting the 2015 Hall of Fame inductions on Monday, March 30th at 11 o'clock, immediately following Raw. WWE legends, including, of course, Macho Man, Bushwhackers, Alundra Blaze, Rikishi, and the well-known Arnold Schwarzenegger, will be immortalized as members of this year's Hall of Fame for their accomplishments and contributions in sports entertainment. Oh, by the way, still think Kevin Nash has got to be announced yet. Rhino and Eddie Kingston has been added to Saturday's House of Hardcore event, number 8, in former ECW Arena in Philadelphia. Rey Mysterio and Alberto El Patron, or Alberto Del Rio, whatever you want to call him, has been announced for August 1st, Northeast Wrestling Under the Stars event in Fishkill, New York. Matt Hardy, Velvet Sky, Mickey James, and Young Bucks have also been added to it. Now, you probably heard rumor, but Samoa Joe is expected to sign with WWE soon. The deal may not be signed as of yet, but it appears both sides have come to an agreement. Noted before that Triple H is a fan of Joe's, and he's likely behind the deal. And Nikki Bella, I don't know if you noticed it, looked like both of the Bellas to me on Monday's Raw, got busted right in the nose. But anyway, she has a picture of herself without any makeup on online showing her nose, but it's on Instagram, by the way. Paige kicked her in the face. Isn't that awful? All right, happy birthday to former WWE star Justin Gabriel. A couple of days ago, turned 34 years old. Now, today's news, WWE's website's got an announcement up that Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose are now official for the Intercontinental title ladder match, WrestleMania 31. The match now consists of Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Ambrose, and Harper. It's worth noting that the graphic on WWE's website's got 2 more empty spots. Not going to spoil it, but the correspondent said at last night's SmackDown taping, sent word that no matter what happens at the end of the tapings, the impression was given that there's just 5 or 6 superstars in the match. So just wait for SmackDown. Anyway, Jon Stewart opened up last night's Daily Show by thanking WWE for showing he and his son great time at Raw. Stewart joked about his low blow with Seth Rollins. He said, "How do you get balls mark off your shoe?" And The Rock tweeted the following, got a little bit more on this, about his production company, $7 Production, signing with Spike TV. He's excited about our new partnership with the new Spike TV, staying tuned. And WWE's referee Scott Armstrong turns 56 years old today, while former WCW Crowbar, 41, and TNA Knockout star Sarah Stock, both of them 36 years old. And Nikki Bella now has held the Diva titles for over 100 days. WWE taped the following for tonight's NXT. Adam Rose taking on Tyler Breeze. Blake and Murphy taking on Fulton and Dawkins. Byron Corbin taking on Tony Briggs. Solomon Crowe taking on Bull Dempsey. Charlotte taking on Women's Champion Sasha Banks. And Chris Jericho noted on Twitter that he's still stuck at the JFK airport in New York City due to the delays and stuff, and is having trouble flying out to Glasgow. Jericho and Fozzy are scheduled to kick off a tour there tomorrow, and Jericho said he's starting to get worried he may not make it. And he also, he was defending, I don't know if you've seen about this or not, Jericho was defending the NXT trainer Bill DeMott. After former talents Judas Devlin, they sent a letter to WWE allegations against DeMott was published this week. Jericho said, "Hey, Bill DeMott is a good friend of mine, a good trainer." And he said, "If you can't handle it, then quit. My training with the Hart brothers at camp was 10,000 times worse." And I believe the same thing. Don't be, getting mad because somebody's telling you what to do. They're a trainer, and if they have to call you names and do something to get your ass going, you need to have it done. You shouldn't be that way, though. You shouldn't have to be called names. All right, and somebody's going to punch you in the eye, in the face, and beat you and kick your ass and everything in wrestling. If you don't like it, don't go there. Lana announced in a video that she's going to be starring in a new action thriller from the WWE studios in Lionsgate called Interrogation. Lana mentions that her character will save the day. And I hope it's like a character Sharon Stone played in like Basic Instinct. Oh. All right. Hollywood Reporter notes that, this is more on the Rock's thing, Spike TV announced at their upfront presentation today that they have signed an overall deal with The Rock and his $7 Productions. So anyway, Rock owns, of course, that with his wife, Danny Garcia. The company will produce programming from live events, specials, sports, and initiatives, surrounding the troops and veterans of Spike TV, for Spike TV. Spike used their presentation today to unveil a new logo and tagline in attempts to appeal to more men, women, instead of just previous demographics. And this is probably and most likely the reason they phased out TNA and pro wrestling out of their schedule. The new tagline is Spike, the ones to watch. Then The Rock also tweeted, "Strong day in business in New York. Thank you, Viacom partners, and I thank you guys for hanging in there. I gotta go."